If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Putting on the Ritz.
Putting on the Ritz. Yeah, no, there's an extra.
Extra beat.
Extra beat there, but very close. Very
Okay.
close. Hello, everyone. You caught us just getting ready to put on the Ritz, which is another way of saying our topic for today, stepping out, a night out. A night on the town. There's actually like hundreds of ways to say it, but we're going with a night out here on Advanced Live Stream. Please welcome our guest host this week, Rhonda. Rhonda, always good to have you with us.
It's great to be here, and we did some toe tapping and finger snapping.
Yes.
Let's hope we can do that again.
Some toe tapping, finger snapping. Yeah, but we are talking about going out. Not just going out for lunch or going out to see a movie, although it could be a movie, a premiere. We'll get to that in a moment. But mainly about an event in which you, kind of get dressed up, for want to sort of indulge in a bit of glamour, going out for entertainment. Let's start right with our poll there. How often do you have a night out? A few times a week? A few times a month? A few times a season? Or I'm a happy homebody? Rhonda, what's a homebody?
A homebody is someone who likes to stay home. They just feel more comfortable inside their own home.
Right, and it doesn't mean they absolutely never go out. It's not like there's some sort of hermit of some sort, someone who just always hides themselves away, but generally you give them the choice. They're more comfortable home with a book, listening to some music, or maybe a couple friends over, just staying at home instead of going out on the town.
Yes.
Another way to put it.
Are you a homebody, Peter?
I am becoming more and more of a homebody.
Mm-hmm.
I think age may play a role in
Right.
I used to step out a bit more.
Well,
yeah,
I think we
than I
should
do
say right now, do you notice that he is really dressed up? When I saw Peter, I said, you are dressed to the nines.
Right, and that's a great lead-in to our first vocabulary word for you.
Okay.
When you're thinking about a night out, what you want to start with is you want to get spruced up. You want to spruce up. So, Rhonda, what does it mean to spruce up?
Well, it means to get dressed up, but to make sure everything's just nice and clean. You've been working all day, you're a little bit messy and tired. Let's get spruced up, make a change and look nice.
Spruced up, wash your face, maybe shave if you're a guy, do something with your hair, put on some makeup, put on some nice clothes. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. Good afternoon to you. Warrior Librarian 2012. I love that name. Hello. Welcome to Livestream. Good to have you with us. And B. Always good to have you with us, B. Hello. And Agatha. Agatha, night out reminds me of my college years. Yeah, I was saying there's something maybe about age, having to play a role in it. But it's a very long time ago. You and me both, Agatha, I'm afraid. But still, we just mentioned that when you are sprucing up, when you're getting prepared, you're cleaning yourself up, making yourself look good, one thing you want to choose is your attire. Your attire. Rhonda, what does attire mean?
Your
outfit. Is that something you put on a car when it's...
No, Peter. That would be two words, but it sounds the same. Attire. It's a way to describe clothing, but your attire, we use it in a more formal sense. You might say, what attire do they want us to wear? Right.
And you might get an invitation to an event of some sort in which it will say formal attire requested.
Yeah, they're not going to say wear formal clothes. They'll say attire on an invitation.
Right, so it's clothes. That's all it means, is your clothes, your shoes, whatever you wear. But in the context of a night out, it is your attire. You'll hear that in English.
Is this suitable attire for live stream? Because you are much more spruced up than I am.
This is suitable attire for live stream. Formal attire is not required for live stream. You all out there can watch us wearing whatever you like. I am just putting on slightly more formal attire for the sake of our topic today. Oh, and here's another word. Again, we're sort of preparing for the night out now. We've spruced ourselves up, we've chosen our attire, and now we want to make sure, do we have a rendezvous? A rendezvous with our friends. What is Rhonda? Rhonda? What is a rendezvous?
It is not a ronda, but it's a French word. Vous is you, so it means literally in French to meet you, or meeting you, rendezvous. We say it a little bit using a little humor. Oh, do you have a rendezvous? We use it sort of in a...
We use it kind of in a way where we want people to know we know some French words.
Yes. Oh, I have a rendezvous.
Yeah. But it has an actual meaning, and that's if you are going to meet up with some folks out on the town, or at the theater or wherever, you say, where shall we rendezvous? It can be either a noun or a verb.
You're right.
I have a rendezvous with such and such at such and such a place, but we are going to rendezvous there at 8 o'clock or at 9 o'clock. So you'll hear people, not just French people, not just English people who know French, but you'll hear English people just use that term to mean, okay, like if you're going to the park, it doesn't even have to be a night out. If you're going to the park, they'll say, okay, let's walk around the park, go our own ways, and rendezvous back here at 3 p.m., something like that. So you hear it casually too, rendezvous.
Meet.
Steve, I used to go out at night because me and my parents sometimes will go out for dinner or go for a walk at the park. Lovely. After I studied at art school, I didn't have the time to go out at night. Yeah, no, that will take some of your time going to school of some sort, and maybe you can't have a night out as often as you might like. But thanks for the feedback, Steve. Let's go to our discussion question now. What kind of obvious, what do you like to do for your night out? Right. Is there a particular place you like to go to? Is there a particular thing you like to do? Particular people you like to do it with? When someone says, "Hey, let's have a night out next week," what comes to your mind, Rhonda? What comes?
Well, and sometimes I think I need a night out.
Yes,
I need a night out. So you're asking me if I need a night out, what I like to do? I love seeing live theater. I love seeing a play. I love seeing anybody perform live. That's a really special night out for me.
Yes. So that's something you would get spruced up for.
Yes.
Something you would maybe put on more formal attire. Yeah, not like advanced live stream.
Of course, I would not wear a purple shirt and a tie. By the way, the purple is very becoming. You really look spruced up. I like it, but I would not go with that combo because I would probably wear...
For yourself.
I would wear a nicer top. Women these days don't wear dresses maybe as much. Well, I'd be interested in hearing from you. I know in America things tend to get less formal. So I wonder what our viewers think about formal attire these days when you go out. It's less common in America, I think.
Yes. Your opinions on attire when you're going out and what you like to do when you're going out. Either one, just leave us a comment. Let us know what you think, what you like. Meanwhile, back to some vocabulary for you. We've gotten all prepared, gotten spruced up, etc., etc. So now, where are we going? Well, we could be going to a function. A function. Now, you might know that word from other contests. What is the function of that machine? It produces cardboard boxes or something like that. But in the context of a night out, Rhonda, what do we mean when we say a function?
It means an event, but for a specific purpose. We might say, well, it's a company function. Right.
So only company people would be invited or expected to attend. Yeah. Now that could mean it's a dinner with the company, or it could mean it's some kind of outdoor event maybe, but if it's referred to as a function, that means it is something usually formal.
Yeah, and I think if you were the person making the event, you might want to call it something more specific. I think the people going who maybe aren't real enthused might say, well, it's a function I have to go to. Yeah. I don't feel like it's a special way to describe.
Yeah, a function, that's a good point. A function, when people describe it as a function, it's almost as much of an obligation as it is a time of pleasure. Agatha, hello again for some late night snacks in a neighboring city with my college friends. Yeah, no,
that sounds great to me. I'm in. And
yes. Selena, hello, Selena. How to say between formal and casual? Oh, well, you've got the basic difference there. It's formal attire or casual attire. Basically, today I'm formal and Rhonda's casual.
Casual, yes, exactly.
Normally,
yeah, we still say attire, and I think that's what the invitation would say.
Yeah.
If you would say formal attire required or casual attire.
Actually,
is fine.
They'll usually, if it is casual, if they don't mind what you wear, they usually just won't say anything. They'll usually, in my experience, they usually just say something if they want formal attire requested. You know, they will mention it. Steve, I like to go out to the library for a night out because sometimes the city can be too noisy. So I need some quiet time to draw my next chapter's comic book, that's right, to give myself new inspiration. Sure, a night out doesn't have to be going to the opera, doesn't have to be a function. It can just be where you go, someplace special, in the evening. So it could be our night out event here. It could be a function, or it could be we're going to a banquet. A banquet. Rhonda, what is a banquet?
Something I like. A banquet means a feast, a meal that will have many dishes, and you will be sitting at tables that are set very beautifully, and you will be with a lot of people. A banquet.
Right, there'll be a lot of people. It'll be pretty nice. There's no real such thing as a casual banquet. You could have a big meal with a bunch of friends casually. It just usually, you wouldn't call it a banquet. A banquet is, you know, formal, elegant. Candles probably on the table, real silverware for a banquet. Agatha, again, for karaoke. Good old KTV karaoke.
That sounds fun.
Because it's cheaper in the late night. Smart, Agatha. Smart, yes.
I've never done karaoke. I would want to go when it's cheaper and when there's not many people. Is there a good time for me?
Oh, well, what you do is you just get a bunch of friends and you rent a room.
You go out?
And you pay for the room, and it's just you and your friends in the room. In America, and maybe in Taiwan too, I don't know much about karaoke culture, but in America, the idea of karaoke is more something you do like in a bar where there's lots of strangers, full of people, and people like it that way. But in my limited experience of karaoke in Taiwan, you just rent a room, you and your friends, and so it's a private thing, really, that you do with your friends.
We're going to get to a vocab word, carousing.
Oh, yes.
And sprucing up. Do you spruce up for Kate?
Do you spruce up for karaoke?
Do you spruce up for karaoke?
Not necessarily. Usually it's, I mean, you can.
I would want to.
Spruce up.
I would want to dress in.
You can spruce up for anything. You know, it's whatever floats your boat. But generally karaoke is a slightly more casual thing. But some people really get into it and will spruce up. Okay, so we're going to either a function or a banquet, or we might be going to a premiere. A premiere. Rhonda, what is a premiere?
Something Peter probably loves because he's a theater professional. A premiere would be the opening night of a show.
Opening night of a show, opening night of a film. Could even be the opening of an art gallery, an exhibit. More often those would be called just openings. Premiere in usage, premiere is just French for first. So, you know, first performance, first public viewing of something, but it tends to be used mainly for film and TV. Maybe for music, the premiere of a new symphony by such and such composer, but art galleries, more often you'll hear an opening or the opening of the exhibit.
Yes. Do we also in English say, that is the premier restaurant in New York? Do we sometimes say that just for the thing that's the first?
Premier can be an adjective as well. It is the premier example of such and such. When you're going to a premiere in the noun form, then that's what it means. The first night, the first performance of something. Steve, I think going to TGI Fridays restaurant is a great night out with friends, and I enjoy their spaghetti on their menu. There you go, TGIF. Give this man a free meal next time he comes in, giving you some free publicity.
Order some cheesecake.
Yeah, I like TGIF too, Steve. Good taste. And Warrior Librarian 2012. Library is a great idea. Well, I guess Warrior Librarian is going to recommend the library. But as a librarian, I prefer somewhere other than libraries. For example, live band, theater, stand-up comedy, or just cinema. Great, Warrior Librarian. Thank you for those alternates. That would be a fine night out. And so we've got, we're sort of taking you through a night out here.
Yes.
We prepared for it by sprucing up with a formal attire and figuring out our rendezvous. And then we're talking about where we're going to a function or to a banquet or to a premiere. Now, after that's over, after the main event is over, this is a night out, remember? So the night is still young, as they say.
The night is still young. That's a good one.
The night is still young. So you may want to, after the premiere, you may want to mingle. You may want to mingle. Rhonda, what does it mean to mingle?
Be among other people and talk to someone here, go over there, talk to someone, being together casually, just enjoying the group atmosphere.
Right, often meeting people you don't know. It could be something you do during the intermission in a performance of some kind.
Yes.
You mingle with the audience, or it's something you do at a party, where people are standing around, just holding drinks or whatnot, and that's mingling, when you're just sort of moving around from person to person, chatting casually. You mingle. And yes, Warrior Librarian also loves movie premiere night, absolutely. And Steve, thanks Warrior Librarian for the suggestion. This is great. You can talk to us, you can talk to each other. It's all part of the advanced live stream experience.
I feel like we've been mingling.
Yes.
We've been talking and then talking to someone else and
We
talking.
have
It's
been.
been a nice time mingling.
It's been a nice afternoon out with you all here at Advanced Livestream. Just like that, the time has gone by. So I think now that we're done here, Rhonda and I afterwards are going to go for a stroll. A stroll, which is a perfect thing to do in a night out. Sometimes you want to mingle, kind of be social with people. Sometimes you just want to get away from the crowds. Maybe you're near a park, or maybe, theaters, art galleries tend to be in kind of nice neighborhoods. Maybe you just want to go for a stroll. Rhonda, what's a stroll?
A casual, leisurely walk. Leisurely walk.
Yeah.
No specific place to go, just walking to enjoy walking.
Just walking to enjoy walking. That's a great way to put it. And we enjoy teaching for the sake of teaching, and we're glad to have you as part of that here at Advanced Livestream. Remember, thank you for all the comments you guys have left during the show. Remember, feel free to keep leaving those comments after the show, days after the show even, questions you have about vocabulary, for the things you'd like to share. We're going to be paying much more attention to the stream and to the comments section, I guess is how you would put it. So feel free to do that. And Selena, take a walk, yes. Steve, thank you. Agatha, thank you. And we'd just like to thank God briefly for today is the birthday of Peng Meng Hui, our founder here at Advanced Studio Classroom, Doris Broom. It is her birthday today, and we wish her definitely a happy birthday. We're happy to be able to share her birthday with you guys as well. So that's it for this week. See you next week, same time, for more English here at Advanced Livestream.
Great to be with you.
Stepping out with my baby. Don't